All right, so completely unexpected. We were just chilling in a Runeterra game, but apparently we just have 10 new cards revealed on Mobalytics right now. 10 new cards, probably one for every region. Let's take a look at it. All right, a 6-mana Weapon Master from Noxus, not dual region. Captain Indari. Wait, Indari, isn't that the one that's related to Samira somehow? When I'm summoned, I improvise. Plunder, forge other allies. That's... what? Okay, you have to realize that 3 months ago, this would be the weirdest card to get, because forging and plundering is not something that Noxus does. But, okay, I guess it is now. Captain Indari. Okay, is this card any good? This is a 6-mana 5/5 that gets a weapon and a keyword from that weapon. And if you somehow plundered, which is pretty easy to do with something like Samira, and that is something that Noxus is already, like, pretty good at, that honestly sounds pretty great. She forges herself? Oh, no, wait, she doesn't forge herself. Only other allies. The most important thing, the deck you want to play this in sounds like it's going to be Orange Jacks, because it is a Weapon Master. But can Orange Jacks plunder? No, they can't. So if you play this in Orange Jacks, you would have to attack. This is really interesting. I guess, depending on the deck you're playing, maybe you don't even care if your allies have weapons or not, because this is just like plunder, give all your allies +1/+1. And then, okay, and this is also when the Daring Demolisher becomes really good. The Daring Demolisher and the Android Artificer, the cards that activate plunder, are great with this because they will get buffed themselves. That is sick, actually. That is very, very powerful. That might actually be a deck. I would not be surprised to finally see those cards in the meta because of Captain Indari. It is a 6-mana card, though, and those decks probably want to play somewhat fast, but there might be like a Captain Indari and Riptide Rex deck where that is like the top end, and then you just swarm the board with Samira and other like of her aggressive units, and then you get Captain Indari, you forge the entire board, you play the Daring Demolisher for 2 mana, you forge again, huge board, +2/+2. We've seen how degenerate Shelly can be. Maybe this is just like a different way to have Noxus build sort of be playable in a more board-centric kind of playstyle where it's not about spells, but about plunder activations. And I think that's a really cool direction. Very cool card. The Ionia card. 7 mana, Reptile? What? All right, we got a new subtype up here. This is a Reptile, Chad. What? Beguiling Cobra. 4/7. Each round, the first time you summon another follower, summon an exact copy of it. If your board is full, grant its stats and keywords to me instead. Nah. Wait. What the hell? What the hell? Does this have something to do with Nico? Dude, this card is actually so freaking good. I mean, it is 7 mana, but it's basically a Mirror Mage. It's Mirror Mage without the condition. It's just play a follower, get an exact copy. One thing you have to realize is that this will probably be bad in Ionia. Ionia doesn't have any high-cost followers that have good summon effects where you can use this. But if you do this in a region like Noxus, I don't know, where you get like an extra Leviathan, something like that, then suddenly it becomes insane. Yeah, with coins this would also be fantastic. But we already had the 5-mana card that would summon an ephemeral copy, which seems like it would already be a way to break an effect like that with coins. But this is just, what the hell, man? I'm so confused. Big elusives? Yeah, maybe. But this is every single round, the first time. And if you're going wide, this just gets the stats. I think the most interesting part here is still the other tag. Maybe being a reptile matters. I don't know, man. What we have to think about is that these variety cards are basically 10 cards from the upcoming set that are being released here. And so far we've seen Noxus with Indari, and we've seen this card with Ionia. We already got Samira and Seth. So it's pretty unlikely that we're getting Nico as an Ionia champion. Maybe Nico's going to be like, you can play any reptiles as a Runeterra champion or something. Wow. I mean, I love this effect. It's an Ionia card, but that's really sweet. It's a Mirror Mage. Next up, Perfidious Promoter. 4 mana build swatter 4/4. When you refill mana, create a fleeting random follower in hand you can exactly afford. Here we go. Dude, that's the Jack follower we were looking for. We can finally play a tune and it would make sense. This is awesome. This is so freaking cool. You can exactly afford, dude, I love this. Oh my god. Jack Nora? This is a fantastic card. I love this flavor. It's not a... I mean, it doesn't have a subtype, but I guess this isn't really a reptile. Yeah, from any region, it says random follower. Usually it says from your regions if it's only from your regions. This is just anything. When you refill mana, so this would be something like a core creatures, Grumble Slug. Yeah, but Fish Fight, this is also pretty good. Fist Fight. Where you play the, what is it? The boat? Wait, is this why they rotated all 0 cost followers? I bet this guy is the reason why they rotated all 0 cost followers. This card is fantastic. As a 4-mana 4/4, there's almost no way this is bad. The only downside is you have to play like some attune cards. Or coins, but probably attune cards. Love this card. I'm going to be playing with this dude a lot. I'm mostly just waiting for the Targon and Piltover cards. I'm not going to lie. I need some Invoke in Targon, guys. All right, 3 mana, another Weapon Master. Innovative Blacksmith 2/2. When I'm summoned, I improvise. Each round, the first time you forge or equip an ally, heal your Nexus 1. Ah, yes. Remember when Riot said they rotated all healing from Freljord because they thought they shouldn't have access to that? What is this? What is this? What is that? Huh? What is that? We're rotating healing, but we get the Innovative Blacksmith? There is a comment with all of these cards. They released them early. Uh-oh, Marshall. Something went wrong. Yeah, I don't know, man. If all sides are releasing them, I'm gonna review them. Okay, if this card is good, it is because it's in Freljord and because he improvises. I think this is, you could pretty much ignore this last part. That doesn't really matter. Like, sometimes it's going to be nice, but that's not going to be the reason why you put something in a deck. Because if your control deck needs healing, this isn't the way to do it, right? This is only playable with Jax and maybe Ornn Freljord decks that go to like Demacia or something with Vayne. It's a good effect. It's pretty great, honestly, but this is what matters. The fact it's a 3-mana 2/2 that improvises and it's a Weapon Master. It's only 1 health per round, too. It's good for Ornn decks because, yeah, let's be honest, you play this card with Ornn for sure. Ornn is a 7-mana card, so you need that healing to get to the late game. Yeah, no, I think it's a pretty good card. The fact that improvises alone. Okay, what's really weird about this card, actually, is that he's kind of like a backline engine that you want to keep back so you can keep healing, but he improvises. So he gets a weapon that you want to attack with, but you don't really want to attack with it because you want to keep that effect in the backline, right? Interesting card. I expect this to see play. Ornn Jax kind of does need a little bit of love because when they lost Troll Chant, they don't really have a good way to keep their units alive anymore. Yeah, sure. No, I mean, there are ways to unequip, but, you know, still, that's another card you need to use. So you can't really evaluate this card based on needing other cards to unequip the weapon. Sure. Yes, he also heals when you play her. Yeah. I think this is good. I think it's great, but I expect this to see a lot of play in those type of decks. And this is the second Weapon Master we see in this set. So clearly they're planning something, right? I actually really like that Weapon Masters have been like these generally usable cards, but they're also like Jax's origin. So you can use Weapon Master in different ways because improvising is just, I mean, we've seen a lot of it. There've been a lot of improvising because it has just been strong, but they're giving us some really creative ways to use improvising and forging. And I love the weapon swapping mechanics. I think it becomes really interesting where you're like planning out how to use weapons and how to optimize them best. This is especially highlighted with Akshan, where Akshan has the Horde, so you want to like efficiently swap the weapons around to give him like the most amount of procs, get the Horde. And I mean, this is doable because it's Akshan and it's because you have the Bloodletters, which are only 1 mana. But yeah, so it seems good. I like Weapon Masters. I think they're interesting design. Targon, 2 mana, 1/2, Faded, Sacrificial Scholar. Last breath, create in hand copies of the first 3 spells you played on me. What? Dude. Wait, this card is nuts. Is this card insane? Create in hand copies of the first 3 spells you played on me. What the hell? Wait, that is awesome design. Whoa. 2 mana, 1/2, Faded. Fine. That's like fine stats because you're gonna play this card as soon as you can activate the Faded with a good spell you care about. Could you wait? Oh wait, Iterative got rotated. Wait, could you? Dude, this is why they rotated Iterative. Could you imagine? You could literally go infinite with this because you would play Iterative on this. You would get it back when it dies, and then if it does that, you could just play a new Sacrificial Scholar. You get the Iterative back too. You immediately play it. I mean, it's something we could do in Eternal. Yeah, Momentous Choice, you just get 2 copies of Momentous. That's insane, man. Just using Pill Cascade on this is already insane. I think the low roll with this card is only having a gem. You don't really want to get gems back. Yeah, if you play this as Mass Mommy, you could just like kill this off and get your spells back. Yeah. Interesting. Targon has some good spells, man. It does. I wonder, okay, would this work with Destiny's Call? Destiny's Call does it in hand. You don't proc fade it, but would it give that back? Hate Spike? Hey, you get back your Hate Spike if it's the 3rd one. Furious Wielder? Oh my god, you're right. Furious Wielder. You can get a Furious Wielder back. Wow. Yeah, this card has to be nuts. This is the way to bring Pantheon back. I'm pretty surprised. Wow. Yeah, single combat Furious Wielder, just getting like combat spells back is pretty crazy. Bird? We have a bird tag? Bird? That's what it is? Wait, if they're printing new tribes, is that a buff for Warden of the Tribes? The 9 mana Freljord card? This just means more subtypes to buff up that card. All right, 5 mana, Bird. I'm not even gonna read the name. I'm not even gonna read this, whatever it says. Royal Shamana, it's just Bird. 5 mana Bird Ionia, 5/4. Other Bird allies, other Bird allies. Other Bird allies have +1/+0 and quick attack. Sweet, awesome. Bird. Yeah, all right, cool, Bird. I don't know what other birds we're getting, but I can't really evaluate this card because, wait, is Quinn getting the Bird tag? Wait. Okay, surely they're giving like Fleet Feather. They're giving the Divers, the 4 mana that gives 2 2/1s. Fleet Feather, Valor. Those are all birds. Oh, they're probably adding the tags like afterwards. Wait, if they're probably doing that with reptiles too, then, right? Yo, wait, it's my boy's time to shine. Wait, they were laughing at him. What's his name? Yeah, look at him. This is a reptile. It's his time to shine. Finally, I play so many AI matches, chat, because sometimes I'm recording gameplay for like a video. I'm like, yeah, let me just hop into an AI game against a bot. I can record the effect of this card, and they always play this card, and they always uproot it. It's always a 5/2. And this is going to be a reptile. Maybe there's going to be some cool reptile synergy. Dude, I am actually turbo hyped if there's going to be a menagerie type deck. And I think it's coming. Okay, my number one wish right now, I'm just going to say this out loud. I really hope they're going to make Braum a new card, a new Braum champion, and they make him the menagerie card, where Braum cares about playing different subtypes. It's probably going to be Nico, though. Yeah, I think it's going to be Nico, where Nico is just like, you can play any subtype. It's got to be Nico, yeah, because of the animals. Yeah, that actually... I think Menagerie would have been cool for something like Braum, but Nico probably makes more sense. Yeah. What's a Menagerie deck? It's just subtypes. It's playing different subtypes and getting bonuses depending on how many subtypes you have and how many you've played them. It's literally Warden of the Tribes. It is literally this card. This one. This card cares about subtypes. Grant me +1/+1. There's already 2 subtypes announced. So that's already like an indirect buff for this card. The Abomination. Wait, are they gonna update this card to give it wings? Is it gonna get wings? Because there's no wings to indicate there's also bird. It kind of has skills. I guess that was the dragon thing. But where wings? They need to update this with some wings. There's no other way. All right, bird. It's a 4-mana dog. What's the dog doing? All right, dog. I just look at the top here and I just see dog. 4 mana from Shadow Isles, Grave Companion. 1/5. Each round, the first time another ally dies, draw 1. Wow. Nunu subtype. Oh, maybe it is Nunu. Maybe it is Nunu. That could be it too. The first time another ally dies. So it's only once per round. That's really interesting. Is this good? I don't think this is going to be super good in Shadow Isles, right? Because they can't really do anything with a 4-mana 1/5. Like, Shadow Isles does nothing with this. That's so weird, man. We have dog, bird, reptile? Huh. Yeah, no. Shadow Isle doesn't do anything with a 4-mana 1/5. This is like permanently on the bench, and you draw 1 card a turn. Shadow Isle doesn't really struggle drawing that many cards. This has to be like purely support for whatever is going to care about these subtypes. It's good with Eve or Vault. I don't think it's good with Vault, but it is good with Eve, I guess. But still, only drawing 1 card a turn. Yeah, it's interesting. Maybe. Deep support? I don't know about that. It's interesting, but only drawing 1 per turn. I mean, it'd be broken if it was uncapped, right? Alter to Unity. 4 mana landmark from Demacia. When I'm summoned, draw a unit. When you summon an ally, grow its stats to equal its cost. There's 100% a way to break this. There's no way. This is going to be broken in some way. I don't know how, but it will be broken. Banana Blaster. There it is. So there's draw in Demacia now. They draw a unit. I guess that's fine. Yeah, Revna. Mihira and Revna, yeah. Oh, Mihira instantly becomes a 5/5. Oh, wow. Wait, this is pretty sick with Mihira. Yeah, Mihira instantly activates from this. Yeah, 4/4. Yeah, no, this card has to be busted. I think there's almost no way. This almost feels like a slightly less broken Grand Plaza, and Grand Plaza was ridiculous. The birds are insane. Yeah, you just get 2 4/4s. Yeah, 2 4/4 challenger birds. Yeah, it is slow. It is slow, but there's just gonna be a way to break this. Guaranteed. This is insane. This is a crazy card. Demacia can definitely get away with playing this type of card. Depending on the second region, of course. The second region will have to carry this a little bit, but this will be fine. All right. Pack Attack. Oh, this does not look like a Shimmerwing card. We like the green over here. 6 mana slow. Start a free attack with an exact ephemeral copy of each cat ally. All right, we got cats too. But what the hell is a cat? What the hell is happening, man? Okay, I'm low-key getting really hyped for next expansion because the next expansion is probably going to be like the subtype. The subtype expansion. Dude, I keep saying, like, I don't know what the hell a cat ally is, but obviously we already have cats in the game. Yeah, there is the printer, the cat printer, but this is pretty bad in Shimmerwing. Shimmerwing doesn't do any printing. Oh my god, I'm so confused, man. Von Yip, yeah, Von Yip. Oh, you can start a free attack with your 30/30. Awesome. I don't think this card is very good, but I would have to look at all the cat cards to know how good this is. Right now, it seems, yeah, whatever. You can draw a lot of cards if you do have a lot of the 2/3. The Cunning Kitten. Blowback. 4 mana fast. Piltover. Deal 1 to an enemy and the enemy nexus. Discard up to 2 to increase the damage by 1 for each card discarded. Oh, wow. So you get the choice, right? You either deal 1 twice or deal 1 to unit and nexus, and then you can discard 1, you deal 2, discard 1 more, you deal 3. That's pretty good. That's actually kind of insane. This is almost like Get Excited. This is like a different Get Excited. Would this be nuts with Echo? Yeah, this is a Jinx card. You play this with Jinx for sure. It is really cool to see some Jinx support. It is Burn. Like, this card is going to probably be pretty frustrating to play against because I think it's just going to be very good in a lot of aggressive decks. Well, okay, so I remember way back when we had those Piltover Burn decks where it was just like, okay, I don't care about whatever my cards do. As long as it deals damage to the enemy nexus, I'm playing it. And using Get Excited was like the hardest part of that deck because you never knew when, or well, you know, if you're a good player, you know, but it was hard to figure out when you should use your Get Excited and what you should use it on and like when, right? This is a Get Excited, but you potentially have to discard 1 more card to get the full 3 damage. And in a Burn deck, you'd rather just pay 3 to only discard 1. This is also like kind of wants to do something to the board where you kill something maybe. I think it's a very good card, but I don't immediately see like how it's usable. This might bring back something like Flame Chompers and Boom Baboon though. Seems crazy good with that. Fun card to use in Eternal for sure too. This damages units and nexus. Exactly. That's why it's probably worse for like an aggro deck. You'd rather just have to Get Excited, go face. Because this downside of 1 more mana and having to discard 2 is that could be a big downside. 2 mana burst from Bandle City Condense. Pick a follower, create a 1-cost copy of it in hand and set its stats to 1/1. What the hell? Nah, this is broken. This is 100% broken. Pick a follower. It doesn't even matter which one. Literally, you can use this on your enemy's units. Nah, this is insane. Meduli? Oh my god, a Meduli? Yo. Here's Iterative. We got Iterative back. Oh my god. Iterative is back in the game. Wait, so you can go infinite with this card. That was the last card, right? Yeah, so you can go infinite with this guy. All right, if Riot is okay with printing this, it must not be as broken as I think it is. That seems insane, no? It's already a 1/2? So you don't really care about using that spell on it? You only lose 1 health, technically. Oh my god. That card is so freaking awesome for deck building. I love this, man. What the hell is this art though? Why is it such a goblin? Why does it look like me? Why do I have to use my picture for this, man? Now I have to look at this green goblin every time I try to play it, and it's like one of the coolest cards in the set. These cards are insane, man. This is actually, okay, I mean, it's like, I haven't played with these cards yet, but these cards seem a lot cooler than the last variety cards we got. Like, last variety cards, all right, Marshall's gonna flame me, but last variety set we got this, man. Last variety set we got this. What the hell is this? How am I supposed to get hyped about a 3-mana 4/4? Like, oh, cool. Stats. And now Demacia gets this. It's not close. It is not close. They actually went wild here. Don't you flame him, you monster. Dude, I don't know, man. It's a 3-mana 4/4. That's all I can say about it. It's like, wait. Does it get the dog tag? No, it doesn't. It's a Badger Bear. Why'd I even say that? It doesn't. Badger Bear will not get the dog tag. It already has the elite tag. All right, never mind. I didn't say that. You didn't hear that, chat. All right. Okay, I really hope Riot releases a list so we can just look at everything that's a cat and everything that's a bird. Because what the hell, man? Dog. Why is that so? Bird, dog, cat, reptile. Is the Ram Hound also? It has to be, right? The Ram Hound is going to be big dog. There is something coming with subtypes, and I personally always enjoy menagerie decks. Fish. Will we have human tag? Okay, I mean, I don't think so, because surely this would be a human, right? All right, let's, maybe we could try to give them a rating somehow. All right, hold on. Let's give them a rating from 1 to 10. One of some of the improvise, plunder, forge all allies. Forge other allies. I think this is a 6. Like, this card looks really good, but I'm not sure how you would use it immediately. Should I do pull, shadow beam? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that'd be cool. You could just do 1 to 5, I guess. Yeah, let's do 1 to 5. That makes it easier for chat to be involved too. Okay, in that case, I'm giving this a... I feel like I have to give it a 3. Although 6 mana 5/5 for a deck that looks to be playing pretty aggressively, it might just be a 2. But on the other hand, I wouldn't be surprised if this card somehow ends up being like nuts in decks, because giving your entire aggressive board +1/+1 is nuts. If Samir is not nerfed, it's 4. I think if Samir is not nerfed, it's 3. If Samir is nerfed, it's probably 2. Right now, I'd give it a 3. All right, Beguiling Cobra. This one, man, this one is really hard to rate, because this actually seems to be a card that... Oh, calm down. Yeah, I do have to slow down. All right. We'll stick with this one a little longer. Everybody's rating 3. Okay, 3 is the winner here. I'm gonna close this chat, and I'll make this fit. Chat is a little bit smaller though. All right. So Captain Indari is a 3 for sure. The Beguiling Cobra. Next up. So this one is hard to rate. I wouldn't be surprised if there is this subtype champion that cares a lot about going wide, not really caring that much about what your subtypes do, just having a wide board with a lot of different, different subtypes. If that's the case, then this card could be a pretty good payoff, because your board is going to be full, and then you can get like the full value from this. So this is really gonna, like, right now it's gonna be used with like weird combos. But if we get that subtype deck, I wouldn't be surprised to see this as like an actual win con somehow. All right, the voting is up. 1 minute to vote up here, chat, and then we'll see what it is. Right now, I'm gonna be completely honest. I think it's a 2 as well, chat. I think this is a 2 because it's 7 mana, and it's pretty unlikely that you can get a lot of value from this on the turn you play it, unless you're playing coins. But coins don't have subtypes, and well, this card doesn't inherently care about that much. Yeah, if you use Beguiling Cobra and then the next turn you play a Hydra Vine, that's like that's pretty busted. That's kind of insane. That would have to be the way to do it. Actually, yeah, maybe with stuff like what's the swapping card called? The protection card where you swap one unit with another. That could be used here to protect your card. And then if you play one big unit next turn, you just win. It's still too much setup, I feel. Because then you need protection. Yeah, syncopation, that's the one. So you still need like the protection, and then you also need to live a turn to actually get value. That doesn't seem like it's gonna happen in a lot of games. I'm also giving this a 2. I agree with chat here. I agree with Chad. I think this part, the second part, if your board is full, granted stats and keyword to me instead, I think that's pretty much something you can ignore. What's also really weird is the way that this works. If your board is full, granted stats and keywords to me instead, that means you have 5 units on the board. You play a 6 unit. The 6 unit wants to summon that copy, and you can't because the board is full. And that's when this takes its effect. With the new Condense card, this could be really good. But then you still have to play it and then do the work to get something. Interesting, yeah. I think it's a 2. Too much work. All right, next up. The Perfidious Promoter. I think this card is great. I think this card is quite good. The only downside about this card is the fact you have to play a tune card. And playing the Perfidious Promoter on turn 4, and then also having to play spell mana to make it work, you're probably not going to get value from this immediately. Also, because there are no 0-cost units, you will probably play this on turn 4, and then next turn you get value from it. There are no 0-cost units in the board. If you play this, when you have no mana left, you get nothing. It's also fleeting, so you have to play it that turn. Yeah, coins is the other one that makes a lot of sense, where you play the Perfidious Promoter, you play a coin, and then immediately you get however many mana you refill. The Burblefish doesn't attune though, does it? I don't think it does. Does this work on round start? It will not. No, I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Because it doesn't work on Babs either. I actually think this... I think it's a 5. I actually think this is going to see play in a ton of build sweater decks, and the reason I'm giving it a 5, even though the effect is pretty niche, is because it's a 4-mana 4/4, and that is a great stat line, especially for a reading like build sweater. I'm basically rating this as a 4-mana 4/4 with an upside. As a 4-mana 4/4, you're gonna put this in so many decks, even if you like barely have any. You don't even mind just playing like the pocket picker, having 1 coin, and then using this after you already have your Perfidious Promoter on the board, just to get more units on the board. I think that's fine. It could actually be a downside that it says a random follower you can exactly afford. So that means you have to use all your mana to actually get that follower on the board. If that turns out to be awkward, which it might, it could just be like a 3 or a 2. But a 4-mana 4/4 is good, dude, for a region like build sweater. They don't really go that big in stats. They don't really have like good stats for cost. They have good effects for cost, not stats. That's why I thought Jack was going to be broken too, and I know that's not really helping in my favor if I say, oh, Jack's a 4-mana 4/5, surely he's good. But this is potentially even more aggro. More value immediately. All right, and then we have the Healing Girl for the region that lost all their healing. This one is hard. This one is difficult. I'm not going to say what I think it is, because I don't want to influence chat too much. A 3-mana 2/2 looks like a pretty low stat line, but Wandering Shepherd saw play everywhere. And I know that card was good because you could improvise another ally. But we also have the Piltover Castaway. We have the Combat Cook, which is just really good. It's a 4-mana 2/2 as well, which does forge the weapon. If you pick the Pot of Pain, this is a 3-mana 3/4 with impact. That's just good. You pretty much get like a good unit for the stats with an upside. Having another improvise card in front is really good. I agree with that. I think that's the main takeaway here. Having another improvise, another way for Ornn to use their forge card, a way to stabilize with Ornn. This is 100% an Ornn card. Do I think this is gonna make Ornn any good? Probably not. But I do expect that every time you're looking to play weapons with improvising, you're gonna look at the Innovative Blacksmith as one of the first cards. You heal 1 every turn. You only heal for 1 max, chat. This is not like every time you forge or every time you equip. It's the first time you forge each round. I'm thinking 4 or 3. But I think it's a 4 because we see so many weapon masters and improvising like so many months later. Another weapon master with an upside in a region where weapon masters are very good has to be insane. But to be honest, I actually think it might be a 5 even. I think it might be a 5 because a lot of the time I want to play Freljord with weapons, and then it's like, oh, the earliest I can get a good weapon in just Freljord is turn 4 with the Combat Cook. But I still think there's too much you have to do, and there's too much you have to like make your deck worse to actually play this. It is extremely flexible, yes. The second part is sometimes text you can ignore, and I think that's just fine. I'm sticking with 4, but it could be a 5. If you give Promoter 5, discard a Snnuy, you have to look at the region. Freljord has good stats. No, it's not this card makes your deck worse. It's more like if you want to use this part of the text, forging or equipping, if you're specifically looking to activate this every round, you could be making your deck worse because Ornn decks playing for forging just haven't really worked at all, except like the one time with Jax when they still had Troll Chant. But if you're just playing it as a 3-mana 2/2 that improvises, it's great because that's really good in Freljord, and that's basically the reason why I'm giving it a 4. Because it is that. I'm not even reading the second part. This is an upside. This is why, like, if this text ends up being very good, which I don't really expect it to be, it could easily be a 5. It does heal on someone. Yeah, you heal one. You heal one. Guys, I'm still giving it a 4 because of all this immediate value you get. That's why I think it's very good. But yeah, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being a 5. We have the Sacrificial Scholar. I expect this card to break the game somehow because of the Battle City card. I don't think I really need to think about this too long. This is just a 5. Right now, Targon is basically Pantheon. There is like some stuff it's doing with the 2-mana 1/4 that heals every turn, the Cosmic Youngling. There is some stuff with Falling Star, and that's kind of like what's holding Targon together. This could give Targon an actual direction for a deck. And with the Battle City card we're gonna see next, it's probably gonna be insane because you get to go infinite. I think this card is really cool. It could easily become frustrating because nobody really likes Faded anymore. It's pretty nuts. But just getting 3 spells back is ridiculous. You use Pill Cascade on this, you have value. This is so much value, and Targon needs it. Targon needs love. Completely nuts. This card is printed because Targon is pretty weak. Too slow? This is not too slow. It is definitely not too slow. If Target is playing a 1-mana 1/1 that like gets value really slowly, they will play a 2-mana 1/2 that gives you 3 spells back sometimes. If you use single combat on this, yes, or Furious Wielder, it is insane. Single combat on this is so freaking crazy, man. It's just removal, and then you get the removal back. Actually crazy. Yeah, 2 spells. 1 spell, if that spell is Pill Cascade, it's already pretty good because you're using this unit to trade. Like your opponent has to use a card to remove this card, and then you get all that value back. There's just no way a card like this doesn't end up like just completely breaking an archetype, or even just generally like any Targon deck that has a few spells. It's gonna be crazy. Condense. Man, I think this card is also just really nuts. It's weak to Recall and Hush. That's true. Yeah, but we don't really see that right now that much. This is a printer card. Yeah, you can do some insane printing with this. I'm pretty excited about doing that. Battle City, I've never really looked at as the printing region, but I will now. This card, man, there's also got to be a way to break this. Probably even more than the Sacrificial Scholar. Yeah, this with Revna is already nuts. 10 mana Citria, nuts. You have to play 10 mana Citria first, though. Moduli, nuts. Yeah. So much value. And here's the question we have to ask, right? Do you mind using this in the early game to get some extra value? Because I feel like that's going to decide whether it is a 4-mana or 5-mana card. If this is only good with stuff like Revna, with stuff like Moduli, then it's sitting in your hand until turn 6. You probably need a way to use this earlier. So we're looking at cards like Bandle... What's it called? The Bandle Commando. This could actually also be pretty good on the Bandle Gunners, because you get 3 impact. Just wondering, do you mind using this on the Commando early, just to get some more Owlcats? Do you mind using this on your Grandfather Fae, just to get a 1/1 that gives you another Owlcat? I think that's pretty good. Yeah, no, the more... This is usable within Battle City too. Not sure if those Tristana decks right now would play this card, because, you know, it is some negative tempo. But yeah, there's going to be a deck that uses this card to its fullest, and we're all going to lose our mind over it. Well, with Timo, yeah, with Peddler, this could be pretty good too. Yeah, you could use this on the Peddler. Yeah, you could use this on Karina. Oh my god, you could get another Karina with this. Oh my god, dude. Yeah, no, there's gonna be a ridiculous way to break this card. We'll have to wait and see. Blowback. This card is... I find this card probably the hardest to rate. I don't think it's bad. I think it is pretty good. Jinx is playable right now with Echo. This is like get excited but different. Raven Jinx. I think there's almost no way this card is bad, chat. I think it doesn't happen. It's really unlikely that this card is bad. This card is at least decent. I wouldn't give this lower than a 3, but I think it's a 3. Like, imagine this with Seraphine, right? Seraphine creates so much junk, and then that gets to remove something and also do burn to your face. Yeah, the downside is that it's 4 mana. Like 4 mana and also discarding 2 for that effect is pretty... It's pretty big. I think it's a 3. I'd be very surprised if this doesn't see play somehow, but I can't say for sure. New cards leaked? Yeah, they're out. I don't think they're leaked. I think they were supposed to come out at 7, but they came out like 30 minutes early. They're not in the game yet, but they have been revealed. And hello, Grappler. Yeah, let me, hold on. Let's do this for Grappler really fast. All right, there we go. No worries. I got you covered. All right, let's go to next. I think this is a 3. It's good with Jinx. It's probably going to be good with those Seraphine decks that create a lot of junk. And it's removal plus burn. You can never really go wrong with that, right? Even if there is a big downside. Bird. That's the next one. Bird. When can we get elites renamed to human? Oh, good idea, actually. Yeah, the human archetype. All right, Tramba, I appreciate that you're doing this a lot. Thanks, but this is the wrong name. This is Bird. Bird. All right, next card. It really depends on other birds. Other bird allies have +1/+0 and quick attack. Yeah, so this is 5 mana 5/4. That is why I think this might not be great. The reason I think this might be bad is because it's 5 mana. You love using this with something like Fleet Feather Tracker, with Valor. Like, we've seen how insane quick attack is on Valor. But 5 mana, man. 5 mana to get this effect. What other birds? Fleet Feather Tracker, the 4 mana that summons two 2/1s. Valor. Maybe the 4 mana 3/2 that creates one of those birds in hand. Is Owlcat a bird? Good question. If Owlcat is a bird, this might be a little bit better, but I still don't think it's great. I think this is just a 1. Chat votes 2. I'm giving it 1. 5 mana, man. 5 mana 5/4. You have to play this with Demacia in like a mid-range deck. And if you're playing a 5 mana 5/4 in a mid-range deck, you're not winning. This is the fakest looking art of the bunch. It actually kind of is. It seems like it's just like a stock image or something. All right, next card. Dog. Nice. 4 mana 1/5. Grave Companion. Each round the first time another ally dies, draw 1. Nice! Dog rating. All right. I think this is the same as Bird. I think this is a 1. This is only good if there is a origin somewhere, like with Nico, like with whatever else, that can use this. A 4 mana 1/5 in Shadow Elves is just really, really bad. You just don't use that. Like, we didn't even see Neverglade Collector be played or Prankster, and I think those cards are better than this because they actually like enable an archetype where you're using ephemerals to win. What deck even uses this? The first time another, yeah, Eve. Eve uses this, I guess. This is only good with Eve, I think. But we're probably missing something. Eve. Maybe there's like an Eve Callista deck or something that goes a little faster, that actually empties their hand really fast. Actually, those are the decks that uses Glimpse. No, Nasus doesn't use this. Nasus... Wait, does Nasus... Okay, fine. I'll bite. Like a dog. If Nasus works, right? Nasus spawns this on turn 4, and then Vault kills it. Does it draw off itself? It says another ally, so I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. This is terrible in Vault. It's not playable. I think this is bad. I don't see any deck playing this. We can build a dog deck. Will Nasus get the dog tag? Kinda has to. Yeah, 4 mana seems like a lot for a 1/5 in a region that absolutely doesn't use stats at all. Not these type of stats. They just don't. The only way SI uses stats if it has Fearsome sometimes. That's the best I can do. Alter to Unity. Here's another card. I just expect to break the game somehow. When I'm summoned, draw a unit. That's already like that's important text to have on a card where you're when it's expensive, right? It's like Revna. The only reason Revna was ever playable is because he immediately drew a card. When you summon an ally, grow its stats equal to my cost. I think this is a 5. And the only reason you need for this card to be a 5 is the 4 mana Silverwings. The 2/1. You will instantly summon 2 4/4s with Challenger. And that is insane. Both power and health, yes. Grow its stats. It's Lulu text. It's Lulu, literally. You play this on 4. On the next turn, you play the 4 mana card and like a 1-drop, doesn't matter what it is. And yeah, you kind of just win. Or you play this on 4, you have a little bit of spell mana, you play the 4 mana 2/1 and you have like a single combat or form up or something. This with Bard. This is probably really bad with Bard because Bard already grows stats really big. This is unplayable with Bard. There is going to be a way to break this card. I guarantee you. There's just no way. This is so ridiculous, man. Bubble Bear support? Yeah, Bubble Bear could be a 3/6. Nice. Yeah, Chad agrees. It's a 5-star card. This is nuts. Nora Demacia. Could be good, honestly. Yeah. Nora Demacia is probably playable. Mihira, yeah, Mihira just becomes a 5/5 melee. You can play this on 4, play Mihira on 5, and she's active. Really, really good. How would Gorlet work here? Gorlet just gets 9 power. Oh, after the swap? That's a good question, actually. I wonder what happens, yeah. I wonder what happens with Gorlet. You know what's funny, chat? This landmark is also the ultimate counter to pranks. It's like, you're trying to sabotage my deck, but you have only made me more powerful. Pranks. That's why they're still in the game, so you can sabotage yourself. Yeah, I love this card with Banana Blaster too. Banana Blaster becomes a 4/4. You just get to throw a 4-power banana at somebody. Yeah, this card seems crazy. It is like essentially a 4-mana do nothing on the turn you play, but you draw units. So if your deck can afford to go a little slower, that's fine. You know, it's okay. Pack Attack. Dude, what the hell are these names in these sets, man? Perfidious Promoter? Sacrificial Scholar? Bird? Dog? Pack Attack? Riot needs to give a raise to whoever's coming up with these names because they're pretty good. Could you... What do you think that Riot dev, the Runeterra dev meeting went like? It's like, yeah, we should have tags. We should have more subtypes. What do we call them? What do we have in the game? We have birds. We have cats. Let's just call them that. You look at Hearthstone, they have elementals. They have undead. They have pirates. You know, it's all like naming a group, but we're just naming species. Cat, dog, birds. Nidalee's coming? Yeah, there's got to be a Nidalee Nico deck somewhere. I like it. It's a kind of a cool way to give like direction to a deck with a subtype. Yeah, this card is trash, dude. This card is, I don't see it. Like, all the cats are pretty cute with this. Like, you have big cats. You have the 30/30. You also have the Cunning Kitten, which is like a 2-mana 2/3, and you draw a card while you attack with a 4/4. It's all great, but you don't want to play a 6-mana slow spell for that, man. Wildpack, I just want to know what cats we have in the game. I can't think of any. I know Cunning Kitten. We have to... Oh, wait, there is the 1/3, actually. There's the Augment Cat. The Neandroid. What, Neandroid? Maybe? With this card? This can grow pretty... okay, if there is a way, it has to be something like this. Wildclaw? Do you think Wildclaw is a cat? I guess it kind of looks like a cat. Like a tiger. What's the new one? The cub. That's not a cat, right? No, that's a wolf. Yeah, it's not a cat. I wonder if this does get a tag, though. All right, that's a 1. So, these are my ratings. I'm pretty confident about these ratings. Perfidious Promoter, I might have slightly overrated, but I'm just really big on Buildswatter getting actual stats. I think that's crazy good. Buildswatter just doesn't usually get access to actually like good stats for cost. A 4-mana 4/4. That's good stats for cost, dude. And this can't be bad. We've seen that kind of fill with Jack, but either way, Sacrificial Scholar and Condense are already a deck. That just seems crazy good. Go infinite with your Sacrificial Scholar and never run out of units. Maybe that's the new way to play Stardogs. The Stardog pack, the Starhound pack. I love this. Super cool cards. Much better than last time. All right, so for YouTube, let me know what you guys think about these cards in the comments. Which ones are you excited about? Thank you, Chad, for being here. Say goodbye to YouTube. And I'm going to be playing these the second they come out on Wednesday. Wednesday, 7 p.m. Central European time. We're going to be playing with these cards. We're going to play some Sacrificial Scholar probably with the Condense. Or even more crazy Condense stuff. We'll see, you know?